So, hello. I was asked to make a video about the code stuff, and I don't really have much time at the rec to tell how it works and explain to people how to do it correctly. So, I'm taking this time right now at home to kind of show you how I did it and how I solved the issues I went through. So, yeah, still BS screen because I don't know what to do right now. But I guess I'm gonna minimize that. And I'm on my laptop right now. Excuse me, sorry, I'm kind of tired. I'm on my laptop right now. So I already have some stuff pre-installed, like Visual Studio Code, so I'm not sure how to do that. However, I'll give a quick tutorial right now on how to do that. So, go to Chrome, you know, anyone does typically. Type in VS Code. And the first one should be from this right here. Click download. Hold on, sorry, I'm gonna make sure my good because my laptop isn't that good, so running OBS and doing all this is kind of demanding for the computer, so making sure I have maximum performance. Anyways, go to the website, click download for Windows, and run the setup software. You need to use a VS Code without any WPI stuff installed because those extensions will mess with your code for Vex AI, and it's typically easier to run with a fresh wipe. So I would do that. I would recommend that greatly. So you click this, download it, and yeah, that's the first step. That's your IDE that I prefer using. Second thing I would do is go to github.com, and I have the repo saved already because I use it, so I'll just go navigate to that real quick. My stars. Okay. This is the repo you need right here. Vex Robotics releases a repository of their example code for AI this year, so I would use it. It's typically easier to code if you're given code by a guy who's really smart. So I would do that. I'll leave this in the description, I think, because it'll be easiest. And download the code. Just click the little code finger here, the little arrow, and click download zip. That's a zip file. So I'll do that right now. It's downloading right now. It'll finish very soon. Okay. Oh, it'll be installer. No way, I did that 10 minutes ago. So once you have it installed, go to File Explorer and go to Downloads. That's where it will be. Sorry, computer's slow. And here's the file we installed. So it's zipped, so it's compressed. So we need to unzip it to be able to access it. So extract all. Just keep all of this the same. Don't need to change much. Extract. Let it run. Sorry, my computer's slow, so it's taking a while. There we go. Usually what I would do to keep your my computer more clean is I would delete the zip file once you're done using it, so I'm deleting it. And I'm going to open it up. And I want to use this example right here. So I went from downloads to Vex AI 2023 to 2024 main, but the main again because there's two folders. Then V5 example, and now I'm on this folder. I'm going to hover over here for now because I don't really need to leave it. But now I would open VS Code. Once code opens, you can see I've used this already, so I have some stuff, some old folders I was using, so get it open. Next thing I would do is install the extensions you need. For Vex AI, if you're using VS Code, you need the Vex Robotics extension. So I'll show that real quick. It's down here. I have installed right here. If you want to install it, just search up like Vex and install these two. Okay, install that. I'll install this one first because it will prerequisite install this one, but you can do either or. Just make sure you get both. And a lot of these extensions you don't really need to use, but I'll explain them. Atom on Dark makes it so it looks nice for me. I like the color scheme. Pylance or anything in Java or Python, don't need to know. Just the stuff I use personally. get graph, ignore that as well right here. But I would mainly look at the CMake tools. Everything is CMake, anything is C++. You want to have that installed. Once you do that, you navigate to this little part right here and open it up. This little Vex logo and click New Projects. Click V5 if you're using a V5 brain, which you should. C++, the language you're coding in, and empty template. I would call it whatever you want. I would personally call it your team number. So 1248 X T whatever. That number dash whatever type it is, the manager or worker, and that's kind of it. However, since it's my computer and I don't want to get things confused, I'm gonna call it example code. That's it. And while you're here, remember this path, just in case you need it. So you will need it later, but for now, if you want to just remember it, here it is. Then I click create. And it's going to load for a bit. I see now, yeah, now it's loading. And it'll take a while, so don't get worried. But it will open. It's great. Cool. This is called the Explorer menu, so it's like a mini file explorer in your code software. It gives you the location of folders and files in that workspace or folder you opened. So you can see them right here. Okay. Next, I would open up. Well, I'm gonna first close Chrome. I don't need this anymore. You can close that as well. I'd open up File Explorer and copy this folder right here. Copy it. And remember the path we saw on the Create menu. If you don't remember it, it's okay. It's a really easy fix. You can close all your terminals, reopen them, and click this terminal right here. This will open up your PowerShell terminal right here. Once you do that, it'll give you a path to the folder that you're looking at. So right here, see C, users, Tiger Grig, all that stuff. That's the path to the folder I have open right now, which is called example code. Okay, so I'll show it real quick. This PC, open it, click users, Tiger Grig, Tiger G, documents, Vex VS Code projects, example code, and here it is. What it should look like is that, what should look like is that these two screens are similar. Or not these two, sorry, these folders are similar. So you see right here, it's exactly the same. That's good. You have the right folder open. If you want to double check, you can look up here. It'll give you a little like path where you went through. So like right here, I went from this user, or this PC to C, local disk, to users, to my user, documents, and then I open up Vex VS Code projects, and then example code. Look over here, so the same path as well. Next thing I would do is paste your AI demo folder into here, just like that. It should pop up on both the Explorer and the File Explorer. I'd close this now. You don't need it anymore. And I'd re-maximize this stuff. Next thing you should do is open up the AI demo, source, and main. However, there will be an error right now. And the error that you're going through is your compiler is conflicts with it, with the C++ IntelliSense configuration. So, this was a difficult fix when I tried it a couple months ago. So I'm, I guess, going back at it and trying to figure it out. But as you see here, this all looks ugly, which is one way you can tell this error is still happening, is that this motor stuff isn't highlighted at all, which means that your IntelliSense code, or your IntelliSense extension, isn't detecting the motor object. And you can also test it out by typing out like motor, for example. Nothing shows up. So the first fix I would attempt is to see if your IntelliSense is selected correctly. So I would type in selects, and it should autofill IntelliSense configuration. I click that. Make sure you're using Clang. The Clang is the compiler that Vex Robotics gives us. As you see down here, it says, I can't really show you without it disappearing, but it says like global storage and it says Vex Robotics. Click it, make sure you select it. The error is still persisting. It means there's a compiler mismatch between the Vex one and the IntelliSense / extensions you saw from these earlier. There's a conflict. So And that conflict usually derives from the VS Code folder right here and the C++ properties JSON, which has different stuff. As you see, these two are different, so they're conflicting, which gives us this error. You can attempt to try to open up like the file that's being flagged, which is this one, but see, you'll get errors as well, so there's no point. Okay, close. Next thing I'll do is to try to debug it is to open a folder, click your example code, which is the one we have open, AI demo, and just make sure to select down here, click select folder once you're done. Click don't save because you didn't really type anything in that you want to keep, so don't save. Let it refresh. Okay, it's ready to go. So let's click source, main CCP, or CPP, not CCP, that's bad, and let it load for a bit. So see, it has to load a lot of stuff. I wouldn't really touch this. Honestly, I'd just close it. Your log will open, that's fine, close it too. But what I want to show you guys here is that now that it's selected correctly, the motor is being highlighted like this. If you want to test if this is working and that your IntelliSense and your compilers are all okay, like try type in a keyword, so like motor. And you see right here autofills, it's good. This means it's working fine. If you want to test it again, you can also do down here, type in like brain, whatever you want, and these functions will all show up, which is good. That's what you want. If the issue of the squiggly lines and the error is still persisting while you did all of the steps, I would next try to open up your IntelliSense configuration. So Control-Shift-P, select IntelliSense configuration, click it, make sure you're using C-Lang, refresh a bit, there you go. If you want to check how it's doing and all that stuff, you can click this little bracket down here, or hover over it, sorry, and it'll show you all this stuff. Not really much to talk about at this point. I see the JSON's working fine. There's not much happening, and if I were to try to build it, for example, it would generate a build folder. I can open my terminal. And notice that the build is successful. The data has been written. That's kind of it, really. So you do that, all this stuff should be working. And the main issue you get typically is from your compiler conflicting with the extensions you installed. So just double check those are all good. And if it doesn't work, I'll try to help you, but I'm really busy this week, so I'm sorry. But it's kind of it for now. I don't know. Good night, I guess.